Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Countess. Oh, I'm back. At least I hope I am. Man, I really got a case of a bad stomach flu this past week. So I apologize that I've put this reading on the back burner, but tonight we're going to get to the cards. And just really quickly, though, I just want to go over a couple of details regarding Mal Evans and who he was, what his significance was, and also just interesting information regarding his death, as well as interesting numerology surrounding him. So, yeah, he was the Beatles' road manager along with Neil Aspinall. He rode the wave with the Beatles, setting up for all of their concerts, just being like a roadie. He's very loyal, very, he even worked as a personal assistant, and I think if anybody's seen Peter Jackson's Get Back series, you notice he's very prevalent on the scene, running errands for the guys. And he basically was sent to do bitch work, but he also was relied on by Billy to kind of go over lyrics, and edit his lyrics here and there. And we see that in the Get Back series as well, that Mal did have a hand in writing, coming up with ideas that he didn't get a credit for. And, it's something that, it hurt him, and I mean, I guess anybody, if you're truly honest, it can hurt your ego if you're not, recognized or whatnot. I think we all kind of go through, learning that lesson somewhere in life, but he just wanted his recognition, and he had to fit the bill a lot of the times for them, and not get reimbursed for doing so. That, or he'd have to wait a very long time, and he wasn't able to make ends meet. And so he moved out to Los Angeles in 1974, I believe. He worked at Apple Corps all the way up until then, but he went to Los Angeles, had a hand in Mr. Lennon's quote-unquote lost weekend period, even though it was like a span of months that he was out there on the West Coast getting deprogrammed from Miss Yoko Ono. Oh no. Anyways, yeah, so, but on the, morning of January 5th, 1976, the lady who he was dating at the time, he had left his ex Lily, they called her Lil for short. He was dating this lady named Fran Hughes, and that was his girlfriend at the time. She called this guy named John Haroni, and he was a writer that Mal was collaborating with to write his memoirs. So I don't know, Hoernay, I'm not sure how you say his name. I'll just say John, said that he found Mal crying, really doped up and groggy. Mal told him, please make sure you and Joanne Leonard's, who is John's assistant on the book, make sure you guys finish the book. Mal and John went to an upstairs bedroom, and in the course of Mal's incoherent conversation, he picked up an unloaded .30-30 rifle, and a scuffle ensued. But Mal was big and powerful, and John was unable to take the weapon away from him. And that's when the police were summoned to Mal's apartment. If you look at this, this is an excerpt from an article called The Life and Death of Mal Evans by Peter Lee, published in April of 2021. He shows the address being 8122 West 4th Street in Los Angeles. If you look at the street number, you get 8 plus 1 is 9, 2 plus 2 is 4, so 9 plus 4 is 13, right? The number of death and rebirth, or just death in this case. Very, very macabre and very, very sad. But what I find very interesting is this newspaper article that shows by Patrick Snyder and Dolores Zybarth. This was back in the 70s, and it says the sixth beatle, Mal Evans, killed in Los Angeles. So, being called the sixth beatle, right? Whereas I'm not, the fifth beatle could be Neil, or it could be George Martin, probably Neil in this case, or it could be Billy, right? Billy was the fifth beatle, technically. Funny because his number is 6. So Mal was considered the sixth beatle here in this ad, and he was shot 6 times by the police. The police were summoned, and he came out kind of like drugged up and wouldn't drop his weapon, so the police open fired on him and shot him 6 freaking times, guys. Brutal, that was kind of overkill. Like, they made sure he was dead. No pun intended there. But he also passed away 6 days before his manuscript was to be submitted for publication. He had been working with this John guy to write his memoirs. And upon his death, the manuscript went missing. All of Mal's diaries went back to England with Lily, and snippets are available online. You can kind of look them up. He talks about his contributions to, the Beatles work that he did, what he did for the Beatles, how he felt, gypped by the Beatles. It's all very, very sad. Very sad stuff. I'll try to find a link to an article that I found on that, and I'll try to leave it in the description below. But in light of all of this, guys, I just want to get to the table now, and we're going to do a short reading to see if we can kind of dig into the circumstances behind Mr. Evans' death. Was it a planned sort of thing to shut him up, to get him to not share his memoirs? I think I remember seeing a picture somewhere, and I'll try to find it, of a handwritten note that George Harrison wrote, giving Mal permission to use his person and likeness in his memoirs. and wishing Mal all of the best of luck. So, but other people, you know, who I'm just going to say allegedly had more secrets to hide. I think we all know that. And so that's what I want to ask the cards tonight. So let's get to the table, guys. I will see you on the other side. All right, guys. Well, welcome back to the table. Oh, feels so good to be back. Feels, yeah. I definitely missed sitting down and going through mysteries with you guys. Just so much fun. We always have so much fun, right? So tonight is going to be no different. We are going to finally go down the Mal Evans rabbit hole. Again, guys, if you have any requests for any mysteries that you might want a tarot reading on, hit me up. I think the next one that I will do is gonna maybe be on the Madeleine McCann case and all of the new interesting developments that have occurred there. So we'll see. Wait and see. But it's good to be back, guys. And again, thank you for all of your support. Thank you for your guys' patience. And I'm going to try to make this a quicker spread. So let's find out about Mal Evans. What happened with Mal Evans and his death? Was his death an accident? What was the circumstances behind his death? That is what I want to know. That's what I think a lot of us would like to know, because he was such an integral part of the Beatles machine for so very long, you know, and just being that important. Him dying the way he did. And again, the number 666 at that, you know, it's just a trip. And yeah, you know, I even went into his birth date and the numerology of the day he died. The day he died turns out to the number 11, which also deals with the dualistic nature of the entire story, right? But I also got the number 10 from his birthday, which I think is like May 5th. Yeah, May 5th of 1935, something like that. I don't have it in front of me. Sorry, I don't have the deets on that one. But let's just see what we can find out. What is the deal with his death? So I think we're about ready, guys. Let's do this. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. In past, that has come up as Mr. Paul McCartney. The Empress reversed. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. Then we have Judgment. Okay, well, you know, I'm going to bring these down a little bit because I'm going to do two rows. Two rows. Okay, so that's interesting. Two major arcanas in the mix as well. Very, very interesting. Let's see. Okay, another two, and this is a relationship. The Two of Cups. We have the Nine of Pentacles under the Empress reversed. We have the Hangman reversed. Oh, and then we have the Ten of Cups. Ooh, Very, very interesting. This is definitely, we have to take a look at the numerology. So the two twos generally in a tarot read, when you get two of them, Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, that can signify sort of an imbalance, like the dual forces opposing each other. Think of the yin yang, you know, they're the good and bad against each other. It can signal cheating, betrayal, actually. So it's not a good tone to start it off with. Okay, let's start. So the Page of Pentacles reversed. We're looking at a card that, like I said, has represented a young Paul McCartney in our past readings with the whole Billy McCartney scandal conspiracy, but it can signify burnout when it's in reverse. It can signal like a blah feeling, just you're done. There's no motivation. There's no spark to get the juices flowing, I guess, making things happen. There's a block there. We go to the Empress reversed next to it. When she's in reverse, the Empress can show, again, a creative block of some sort. It can show that there's no willpower, there's no strength with the individual. No new ideas are coming forth, and that is due to the lack of motivation coming from the Page of Pentacles reversed. And then in tandem with the Two of Pentacles, this card is all about juggling, juggling the balance of life and work, unable to juggle. And it's like a constant thing, right? With the constant roller coaster of emotions in the back with the water going up and down. And yeah, just not, there's always this push and pull under pressure. It can also show somebody making bad decisions, and that can tie into the Judgment card next to it. Judgment card. This shows when you're speaking about an individual, it shows that it's somebody who's actually very comfortable sharing struggles with other people. You judge people and they judge you. It's like and then again with the Two of Cups, I'm sorry, Two of Pentacles on the infinite loop, right? It's again a push and pull. Being open, I guess, but you're sharing your opinions in judgment of others. So, I could see that being like he was very upset, so he bitched to people about his placement in the band. He was obviously, by the time of his death, he was burnt out. He was done. There was, he had no new projects, no new ideas coming forward. That's why he dipped in to make his memoir. He had a hard time balancing work and personal life, and that attributed to a breakdown in his marriage, making these decisions that aren't that great, making poor choices in life. Going down to the Two of Cups, this is the card all about, partnerships, one-on-one connections with people, relationships. It's a exchange of emotion, an equal exchange. It also ties into the dualistic nature of the opposing forces. The Two of Pentacles. Going next to it, though, you get the Nine of Pentacles, which shows oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So the partnership with the Page of Pentacles on top, there is a burnout with his connections with individuals or a certain individual. It's fizzled out. The relationship ties have broke. Going to the Nine of Pentacles under the Empress reverse. The Nine of Pentacles shows financial independence. It can show like prosperity, but under the Empress reversed, there is a major block there. There's no willpower when it comes to money. There's no willpower when it comes to stability. There's a block there for him to gain financial independence. Going with the Hanged Man reversed. This card right here is feeling like you missed opportunities. You missed the time to seize an opportunity. It can show certain sacrifices that you are making aren't yielding results. Under the Two of Pentacles, not the greatest combination. You know, you're making bad choices as, you know, a result of ego. When the Hangman is in reverse, again, guys, that can show ego, egotism. It also is a time to kind of pull back and reflect on your situation, but you're unable to do that because it's that tricky balance of balancing life and work together. Oh, goodness. So then going to the Ten of Cups, ending on this one under Judgment. I mean, that just shows me that he was really good about sharing his emotions, sharing his feelings. He was a great friend. He had no problem, especially being under judgment, accepting people. He was non-judgmental. He was open. He was a very kind and compassionate individual. He just had quite a few shortcomings in the willpower and motivational part of it all. Doesn't say much about his death, but we'll pull a couple more cards and we'll see if we can pull something else out. Let's do the Page of Wands reverse. Nope, yeah, that's not good. Six of Cups. And then the Three of Wands. Okay, so Page of Wands reversed shows always it's a block. Again, a block of creativity. Now we have two pages in the mix, and that's showing that there is a message coming forward in this spread. A message of better times, perhaps, next to the Six of Cups. Find it interesting, the numerology, we get 6 and a 9 too, right? Just considering the numerology we all know so well now, right? We have a 3 here too. So the Six of Cups is like reflecting on one's past, one's childhood, and having wonderful memories. Perhaps that's the ties they had with each other from their days in school together. The Three of Wands is a card of what could be. You know, you see him, he's just kind of staring off into a desolate land, not very happy, is it? It's not a very good card. It's very like lamenting kind of card that can show like what was to be of the plans you made. As far as the Hangman reverse shows, not a whole lot. Poor Mal. Oh shit, guys. Okay, there you go, right there. Addiction, the devil. Oh, and the high priestess, you guys. I kid you not. Oh shit. Shit. Oh wow. I can't believe these two popped up. The devil obviously insinuates trickery. It shows addiction. It shows, bondage. You're chained to something. Indulgences. Usually this is a card of addiction or unhealthy deceit and trickery. And then we get the high priestess, guys. Another 2 on the board, right? The dualistic nature. What was I talking about before we even started? The dualistic nature of this entire story about the Beatles, right? The Beatles is not a natural story. It's a supernatural story, right? Philip Norman. And again, guys, we can look at the high priestess as a representation of Masonic ties. So, oh God, guys, his death was a combination of addiction to drugs. Drugs made him not totally there, but there was also an agenda behind it. The high priestess is, pure enlightenment. She is the occult forces at hand, and she is the mysteries, guys. She is the representation of the Masons. We're going to end on the King of Swords, guys. So Mal came out fighting right at the end with his sword in hand. Not the greatest idea, right? But the King of Swords shows somebody who, oh man, I'm wondering if the King of Swords is the one behind. He had the idea to execute the death. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I think there's obviously a message that needs to come through with the 2 pages showing this, these opposing forces. He struggled with substances. He made bad choices. He was blocked from getting his finances in order. There was deceit and trickery at hand. There was, a dualistic nature at hand. He was being told one thing over here and then being told another over here. Just a big mess, guys. And I'm wondering if the King of Swords had something to do to execute it all. Not sure who the King of Swords would be to represent it. But from what I see in these cards, you guys, his death was definitely a setup of some sort. Definitely. And yes, it was fueled by addiction to substances, but there was a bigger idea and execution at hand behind his death. Bam. There you guys go. So there was some foul play at hand with Mal Evans's death, according to my cards. What do you guys think about that? Let me know what you think, please. I find that really heavy and really alarming, actually. And again, as always, my body is reacting. My gut is just in a knot right now. Always fun to feel, especially when I've been nauseous for the last week. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I'm going to close this up then. I can't handle it. I'm going to pull one of these little fortune cookie cards. Just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean that it will never happen. Divine timing is at play. Be patient and trust the process. This is like the 3rd time that I have received this little fortune cookie card in the last 2 weeks. Oh, I think somebody's trying to tell me something out there, right? Anyways, guys, that is it for me. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for waiting for this tarot read. Let me know what you think about the cards I pulled. Let me know what you think about this. I feel like we did get some answers here, that there was some sort of agenda backing Mel's death to get him to be silenced about revealing something that somebody didn't want revealed. So anyways, guys, hit me up. I am the Countess with Powers at gmail.com if you have any ideas. Otherwise, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.